Arnold Schwarzenegger grew up in poverty and faced many hardships as a child. While he is making millions with his Hollywood career, it wasn't acting that earned him his first million. This is the story of how Arnold Schwarzenegger used his business mind to become a millionaire years before he entered Hollywood. Arnold's father, Gustav, was the police chief of his hometown in Austria. However, the family was poor and lived a hard life. Arnold once revealed how their home had no running water. Instead, the Schwarzenegger children would haul water from the well, and everyone took turns bathing. By his early teens, Arnold was a workout demon who broke into gyms on weekends when they were closed so he wouldn't miss a day of training. His plan was simple and clear: become a world-class, award-winning bodybuilder, move to Hollywood, and become a star. Growing up in such hard conditions motivated Arnold to move out of Austria and search for a better life. So, in 1968, after he won his first Mr. Universe title, he packed his bags and moved to Los Angeles. The boy speaks no English and has no connections or friends in high places. But Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't know how to quit. So the first thing Arnold does when he hits California in 1968 is to find an affordable place to live in Venice, the beachfront area of Los Angeles. Then the 21-year-old went straight to Venice's Gold's Gym and joined. So, one day, Arnie's pumping iron at Gold's Gym and he runs into Franco Columbu. Franco was a dark Italian bodybuilder. Arnold and Franco were a match made in heaven. Both men were hungry for fame and recognition. But at the time, out of necessity, they were even hungrier for money, cold, hard cash. At the time, Arnold was working menial jobs for not much money. That probably annoyed the heck out of him. As luck would have it, Franco happened to know something about bricklaying. Arnold and Franco decided to recruit bodybuilders from the gym and start a bricklaying business. The pair planned to undercut the competition by offering their services at a lower price. However, their plan wasn't working. At the time, anything European was exotic and assumed to be better. In a stroke of genius, the pair published an ad in the LA Times branding themselves as European bricklayers and marble experts. Arnold and Franco's business took off. The pair abandoned their original plan to undercut the competition and began charging exorbitant prices. Arnold, in his own words, explained how they operated in those days. Franco would play the bad guy, and I played the good guy. We would go to someone's house, and then someone would say, "Well, look at my patio. It's all cracked. Can you guys put a new patio in here?" I would say yes, and then we would run out and get the tape measure, but it would be a tape measure with centimeters. No one in those days could at all figure out anything with centimeters. We would be measuring up, and I would say 4 meters and 82 centimeters. They had no idea what we were talking about. We were writing up dollars and amounts and square centimeters and square meters. Then I would go to the guy and say, "It's $5,000, and the guy would be in a state of shock. He'd say, "It's $5,000. This is outrageous." I'd say, "What did you expect?" And he'd say, "I expected like $2,000 or $3,000. I'd say, "Let me talk to my guy because he's really the masonry expert, but I can beat him down for you a little bit. Let me soften the meat." Then I would go to Franco and we would start arguing in German. This would be going on, and he was screaming back at me in Italian. Then, all of a sudden, he would calm down and I would go to the guy and say, "Okay, here it is." I could get him as low as $3,800. "Can you go with that?" He says, "Thank you very much. I really think that you're a great man," and all this stuff. I'd say, "Give us half down right now and we'll go right away and get the cement and the bricks and everything we need for here, and we'll start working on Monday." The guy was ecstatic. He gave us the money, and we immediately went to the bank and cashed the check. We had to make sure the money was in the bank account, and then we went out and got the cement, the wheelbarrow, and all the stuff that we needed and went to work. We worked like that for 2 years very successfully. Arnold took his bricklaying profits and invested them in Los Angeles properties. He bought them, fixed them up, and sold them. Arnold became a millionaire, and all of that before he even got started in the film business. Arnold's big break in movies came in 1982. He became Conan the Barbarian. And the rest, as they say, is history. And what about Franco? He played alongside Arnie in Stay Hungry, Conan the Barbarian, and Terminator. As the 1970s marched on, Arnold concentrated more and more on his acting career, while Franco remained an active competitor in contests such as the Mr. Olympia competition. The two bricklayers turned millionaires remained good friends, with Arnold paying a heartfelt tribute to his buddy when he died in 2019. So that's how a poor bodybuilder from Austria who spoke very little English made millions from bricklaying, before moving on to become probably the greatest action hero actor in history.